So let's go on to our Parshat. So our Parshat is Tetzaveh, and right off the bat on Pasuk number 4, we have a very important Pasuk that says, Ve'ela ha'begadim asher yasu, and these are the clothes that you shall make for the Kohen Gadol. And the Kohen Gadol, as we know, wears 8, not 4. The Kohen Hedyot means idiot. It really does, but here it means common or ordinary. The ordinary, the regular Kohen, wears 4 garments, and the Kohen Gadol wears 8 garments, 4 of which are the same 4 that every other Kohen Hedyot, ordinary Kohen, wears. You can put the table back and you can have a table if you like, or you can sit here with us, whatever.
Sarah,
you're with us in any case.
Sarah, I need to go make another copy, so maybe you want to sit for a moment with someone to look on.
Okay, so at the beginning I said, these are the Kohen Gadol's garments that you shall make. The ephod, Koshen, which means the breastplate, the ephod, which is the apron or the robe, whatever, not robe, apron I guess, and Ered Me'il, that's I think the robe, the ketones, tunic, tashbetz, which is an extra word that means checkered, it was of a checkered pattern, and then matznefetz, which is a turban, Yes, it is. An avnate, which is the belt, and that's all. 6 of the garments. So what happened to the other 2? So for that, I go to the board, but I need one more page. We'll have it from the page. I'll just talk to it from here. At any rate, welcome, very good timing. Okay, so we're talking about the beginning of the Parshat. We're on chapter number 28. Pasuk number 4, which is talking about the clothes of the Kohen Gadol, the 8 garments, sexual transgressions. But it's not called, we call it Michnasayim, but that's the word for breeches. But the Torah calls it, it's in one of the Pasukim that we have, Michnaseh Bad, linen breeches. We need the Bad with the word. And then the Gematria is 186, and we will see why in a moment. The turban is worn on the head. It atones for haughtiness. It's on the head because maybe I'll think haughty thoughts. The belt rolled around the body and worn over the heart atones for sins of the heart, improper thoughts. The breastplate atones for errors in judgment, because it's called what? It's not just called breastplate, Choshen, it's called Choshen Mishpat. So Mishpat means judgment. It's not just judgments that Israel's going to make because the stones light up, but it's judgment that maybe you're making an error in judgment, not because of the Choshen Mishpat, but because judgment that you did as a judge or judging people. The ephod atones for idolatry, the robe atones for evil speech, Lashon Hara, and the high priest's crown atones for arrogance. It's up there on the crown, like the haughtiness, arrogance. So this is the tzitz. Now, the linen breeches are equal to 186, and the breeches equal to 190. Without writing it on the board, I can do it by heart in my head, but adding 190 and 186, and the total of that is 376, which is equal to shalom. So these 2 elements bring shalom. Why just these 2? Well, think about it. Where are the pants? The pants are on the bottom of the body, right? Pants. Where I'm wearing pants. It goes down all the ankles. The linen breeches went down pretty far. I'm not saying it's the lowest thing on the priest. I'm saying that these pants worn by all the priests atone for what? They atone for sexual transgressions, but this is a very bodily kind of thing, right? And therefore it's 186 part of this thing. But the other one that adds up to peace is the high priest's crown. So we have the lower part and the upper part adding to peace. The whole priest's outfit basically is related to peace. Peace, 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 because that's what the Kohen Gadol, and in fact all the Kohanim, are there to bring, although the other ones didn't wear the tzitz. Only the high priest wore the tzitz. What did it say on the tzitz? It said, holy to Hashem. That's what it said, the words in Hebrew, on the tzitz. Alright, let's go right to that's pretty easy stuff, and we have peace being there. Now the next one is, I want this recorded also, please, Rose. This is called Jerusalem this year, and I have one gematria here that I really don't know why I had it here, and I didn't go over it last night, so I don't know. But the one I do have that I know, the first bunch of words there, this is how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12. 12, like 12 tribes. 12 words. In Pasuk number 10, again, we're right up there at the beginning of our Parsha, essentially, equals 5777. What's that? this year, right?
This year.
The Hebrew year. So that year is there, and we have more, because we have the word right after that, almost right after that, Yerushalayim, right? Yud, Resh, Vav, Shin, Lamed, Mem. It's not a final Mem, and it's a pretty big skip. I think it's, don't have to do it, Sarah. I think I did it the other day. I memorized it. 133 skip. Trust me. 133. Which is a nice number in and of itself. But anyway, it's multitude by 7. Still completeness. Jerusalem, 133 skip. But we have more. Let's look at this one. You have this year, you have Jerusalem, and look at this. Now, this is not a word that's coded. It is coded in Tetzaveh, by the way, and also in Vayakel. It's the one in Vayakel I brought to you a few months ago, but this is the one that's only in Gematria. These 5 words is Shagriru. Did I say it right? Embassy. Shagriru. Embassy. Embassy, which they're planning to build here in Jerusalem.
Wow.
The other day, I looked it up. This is a whole half-hour speech, at least, by somebody named Ron DeSantis. I never heard of him, but what he is the head of a congressional committee. It's called the.
I read it. I don't remember either.
Oh, I do. Oversight committee looking into embassies and other things around the world. Locations. And he came here to see where they would put it. And he's favorable to one place over a few others, but whatever he's favorable to, he talked to the crowd. He's a very nice guy. He's not Jewish. He's not Jewish at all. But he's favorable to the Jewish state and has been for years. I'm sure Republican leaning talk good about Trump. He wouldn't have done that if he was probably Democrat. And he probably wouldn't have been sad either. But anyway, he was here. The committee couldn't come, they said, but he came to check out the stuff, and he says Trump I said March 19th, the week of that, but he says that by May. May is perfect. Why? Because what do we have in May? We have the 50th anniversary of getting back Jerusalem. That's a perfect time. People are in the streets celebrating to build, or at least plan to build, the embassy here in Jerusalem.
We don't pay attention to May Day. That's not our holiday.
Not our holiday. That's not ours. You're right. Not ours.
Trump
All right.
mentioned that
Yeah,
a couple months ago.
What about May?
May Day.
That being the perfect time.
More time because of that. I didn't know that. Very good. Thank you. All right. So therefore, we got Jerusalem. We got a date. And we have also this Gematria part, and we also have a few more things too. Besides that, we have, I believe, Tav, Shin, Ayin, Zion is here too, but that's later on. So see that on line 22 we've got Tav, Shin, Ayin, Zion. That's the actual date we talk about when we write it on the calendar, right? There would have been a Vav in front of it, meaning the Hey, in front of it meaning the 5th millennia, but we know it's 5770. 7. Anyway, that's Tav, Shin, Ayin, Zion that's there. And there's more. There's a double asterisk. I don't know why. The Gematria I just did a few minutes ago doesn't seem to be anything. I know why that would be. Maybe I had an idea about it then, but I didn't write it down, so I don't remember anymore. All right, so next time I got to write them when I find them, I guess. And there's more. There's also Tav, Shin, Ayin, Zion backwards too. 2 times. So Tav, Shin, Ayin, Zion. I just saw it. It's here twice. That's quite a few things. So that seems like the embassy is a pretty good deal. And after I wrote this, I heard the thing from Ron DeSantis, very favorable. He answered a lot of questions by the people. Actually, the press here was way more negative than even sometimes some of the Democrats are in the States. I couldn't believe it. It's like, why are you building it now? And, what about the rest of the world? What are they going to say? Who cares? I mean, I don't care, but these reporters seem to care. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's go on. So one of the main parts that we have, and we talked about it at length before, but we're going to say a little bit about it now, is the breastplate of judgment, the Choshen Mishpat. And here are some of the Pesukim, and then I have a repeat of those Pesukim, well, not a repeat, but pretty much a mirror image, pretty much, in Shemot Perek 39. Now, 39 happens to be Parshas Pekudei. Just like Teruma goes along with Vayakel, Tetzaveh goes along with Pekudei. Pekudei also means Moshe sets up the whole temple, Mishkan, for the first time. He's acting at that point like Kohen Gadol, and it's in Vayikra where he will give it over at the inauguration to Aaron HaKohen to be the actual one. He's called that, but he's not in the role of it until he actually serves in the Mishkan. At any rate, we've got Shemot Perek 28, and you see some things. First of all, this word Shevet. Shevet means what? Tribe. Is that correct? Yes. Shevet. It's only coded here. It's not coded, interestingly enough, in the one in Pekudei. And you might wonder why not. Because there are some extra letters or words, extra letters, here. We'll show you one of them right now. See this, the Shoham, on the fourth line of, this is called Turim. The name Bala Turim, Master of the Rose, was really the name of a rabbi who, the Tur actually is what he's called, and he's the predecessor of the Rambam. Sorry, am I saying it right? Yes. Predecessor of the Rambam. Before the Rambam, he wrote a book of laws, Halachot, but Rambam did him better and wrote up the whole Mishnah Torah, but still the Torah, and we follow some of the things from the Torah. I think I've got that right. At any rate, and later on we get the Shulchan Aruch, which is the compendium that we use today, mostly the Mishnah Berurah, which is where we follow our laws for Ashkenazi Jewry, and Lubavitch follow the Tanya, right, Bala Tanya, and others follow other things. The Sephardic people follow the one who wrote the Shulchan Aruch. They don't use the Mishnah Berurah, and that would be the Mechaber, right? Mechaber.
Kafachayim, they use this.
Right, that's what they use. Okay, so that's from the Mechaber. At any rate, that's gigantic. The Shulchan Aruch is immense in length, but the Mishnah Berurah is a little, shorter version, but it still has the basic stuff. So but the Shulchan Aruch, actually the Beit Yosef is what they have, that follows a gigantic work. You'd have to have a shul or something, or a big library to have all the volumes of that. I have a couple volumes of the Mishnah Berurah. I don't even have all that, but a lot of people do not. At any rate, but look at the word V'shoham. So then the fourth line of the stones, we have the three stones, which are called Tarshish, V'shoham, the Yaspe. Yaspe is jasper. It even sounds like it. Yaspe, jasper, it sounds almost the same. Shoham is an onyx, I believe, onyx stone. They're also used on the two shoulder straps. There's two stones with the names of Yisrael. 1 second. So the Shoham is there, and then if you look at Pasuk 13, which is compendium in the other one in Pekudei, Parshat Pekudei, you have the same thing. Ba'atur, Harivi'i, Tarshish, same thing. Shoham, the Yaspe. So there's no Vav in front of Shoham. That's interesting. So go to the back page and you'll see why. There's no Vav in Shoham, but one time its gematria is, I didn't put the gematrias, I'm sorry, that's for another part. I'm sorry, I'm wrong. I have the bold underlined words. I'm looking now at the Shoham. Right. Right. The only one of the stones in the breastplate spelled differently in the two sections is the Shoham stone. Shoham is Shoham, but it's the Shoham and then Shoham. And when you add those two gematrias, one's 345 like Moshe, and the other one's 351, you get 696. What's that? It's Arich Anpin. It's one of the two of Keter's levels, and it's long face. He's long suffering. The Shoham stone here, because the Vav means he's going to, when he sees the stones of the breastplate of the Kohen Gadol, he's going to take his time in judging the Jewish people. It is called Kosher Mishpah, after all. All right, but the other one, even maybe more important for us, look at line number 21. This is not the stones, this is right after the stones. It says, Lishnei Asar Shevet. It's for the 12 tribes, right? And the gematria there is 390. But then when you get to the Pekudei version, it's not Lishnei. All of a sudden it's Shnayim. I don't know why, but it is Asar Shevet, which translates approximately the same way in English, which is supposed to mean for the 12 tribes. Look it up, it's the same for both, translationally. But really, it's spelled with an extra mem, that's 40 more. So you got 390 and 430. I only write you a total. That's the top one that I was putting the saying before. The two bold underlined words have different spellings, and they add to 820. What is 820? The Haftal Areha Kamocha. Because the 12 tribes not only are bringing peace, like the Kohen Gadol is bringing peace, but they bring a man and his neighbor together. You're supposed to love your neighbor as yourself. And that's why the different spellings of Lishnai or Lishnei and Lishnayim. Okay, that's what we have. We have one more thing. There's Mishpatzim, it says here on line 20, this is new. I never read this years before, because I didn't see it. And Mishpatzot, it says in the same line 13 with the Shalom, in Pekude. So add those two together, and notice we get 42 for one, and the second time 838. The total now is 1320, which is 2 times 660. What's 2? Why 2? How many words are we adding? 2 words. One is spelled im, the other is ot. And 660 happens to be the end of days. So something about this word, and I don't know the translation, but this word meaning, whatever it means, we get something about the end of days. Yes, Sarah Special.
Yeah, I just wanted to give you the count on the Shevet over here.
Oh, Shevet, yeah,
It's
sure.
34.
34, okay, cool. 2 times good. Double good.
No fun.